Silky piece.
The Redmi Note 7 Pro. I finally have it in my hands. Not literally, not right now, but we've got it in the office. In today's video, let's unbox it and take a quick look. Hey guys, Ash here from C4D Tech and welcome to my unboxing of the Indian Redmi Note 7 Pro. If you do end up liking this video, please don't forget to turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon. So here's the box it comes in. It's got a nice gradient color finish, some important specs to the back. Cutting through the seals and opening it up, first we are greeted with another cardboard box. Inside you have the regular paperwork. Then there is a translucent protective case. Let's set that aside and take a look at the phone itself. Peeling off the covers, there you have it, the space black variant, so no color shifting effects here. Let's put it inside the case and dig in further. Here we find a 10-watt adapter. Note that the 7 Pro also supports Quick Charge 4. Then there is a Type-C cable. I know, almost forgot the good old SIM ejector tool. Now when it comes to the design, there's not really much new for us to talk about. From the camera to the button placements, right down to the weight, the Note 7 Pro is identical to the Redmi Note 7 that we unboxed earlier on C4D Tech. Now if you've not checked out that video, here's a card. Go ahead, check it out. So what's changed here? For starters, the processor inside, it's the Snapdragon 675 now. Now this is a much more capable chip. It's even better than the Snapdragon 710 in some ways. And we have 4 and 6 gig RAM options coupled with 64 and 128 gig storage options. The hybrid SIM slot returns too, so you can expand storage further via microSD if you want to. And as far as performance goes, we did try PUBG on this one and it doesn't seem to have any issues. We've seen this chip in action before on the Vivo V15 Pro. It was great there and I expect it to continue to perform well here on the Redmi Note 7 Pro too. So to round off the specs, we have a 4000 mAh battery. Now this battery performed well on the Redmi Note 7. Now given that the chip here is built on the 11nm process, I expect the battery life to more or less be the same because it is also more powerful. But I'm expecting great battery life here. Okay, time now to talk about the second big change. That 48 megapixel camera to the back. This is the Sony IMX 586 sensor. It's coupled with the f1.79 lens. The secondary camera is a 5 megapixel depth sensing unit. Now this is supposed to be a major upgrade from the Chinese Redmi Note 7. So compared to the Indian Redmi Note 7, this should be fantastic. And by the way, yes, this is the same sensor from the Honor View 20. Xiaomi's managed to bring that in at a much cheaper price here. The images, they look great, well detailed, and the dynamic range is impressive. It shoots 12 megapixels by default and you can switch to 48 with the Pro mode. One thing worth mentioning is that when I was shooting images, the UI did feel sluggish and unresponsive at times. I did face a bit of shutter lag, like it didn't happen only when I was shooting 48 megapixels or anything. It just randomly happened and I did face this a bit on my Redmi Note 7 too and I've heard other people report the same thing. So here's to hoping Xiaomi can fix this quickly with an update. So talking about updates, let's talk software. We've got MIUI 10 here that's built on top of Android 9 Pie. So that's good. Of course, the ads, they should return. Now let's look past the ads for a minute. We've got the fingerprint scanner here, which is quite fast. There's face unlock, which works as well as it should. MIUI 10 is quite optimized usually. It's smooth, gets the job done and offers a lot of features while managing to not be a resource hog. It's quite impressive how well-rounded MIUI 10 is, with the exception of the ads issue that is. So that's basically what's changed here with the Redmi Note 7 Pro, the chip inside, the rear cameras, and of course the price. Now before we jump into pricing, let me quickly run over the things that are still the same. The 13 megapixel selfie shooter, it's just as good as we saw on the Redmi Note 7. The dot notch display, yeah, that's what they're calling it. It's again a 6.3 inch IPS LCD panel, Full HD plus resolution, no complaints. It seems to be a good quality panel. In fact, side by side, these two are virtually identical. So all the good things from the Redmi Note 7, like its build, like the Gorilla Glass 5, the narrow bezels, the IR blaster, they're all present and accounted here on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. So, pricing. The Note 7 Pro starts at 14,000 Indian rupees, and for that price, it seems to be the phone to beat, on paper at least. From the limited time I've spent with the Note 7 Pro, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. With the exception of a bug or two here and there, which is not uncommon for Xiaomi's newly launched phones, everything feels fluid and works as it should. I can't wait to test this out and share my conclusions with you in the full review. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Also turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon. By the way, if you have any questions about the Redmi Note 7 Pro or want to see it compared with any phone in particular, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to get that done. So I guess that's it for this quick unboxing and hands-on. Till next time, my name's Ash, you've been watching C4E Tech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.